Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some brand new brushes that I picked up from Primark. I visited the Cambridge Primark store and I do feel that that store does tend to have a lot of products quite early, and it does take a little while for the products then to filter through to the Norwich store. So if I want something new, I tend to always visit the Cambridge store, and I wasn't actually looking for the brushes, I was looking for something else, but I came upon these. And in fact, what I will do is I will share a small video that I filmed in the store of a whole makeup brush wall. I'll post that on my Instagram for you so you can have a look at that. But there was so many new brushes, I could have gone absolutely crazy, but I picked up the ones I thought I would use the most of at the moment. However, I may be going back very, very soon. So I've picked up I've got one single and then two sets of brushes, and I'll start off with the single. So this was £4 and it's the PS Pro large powder brush, and it looks like this. Now, I have been after a powder brush, and I did actually pick one up from Primark not so long ago, but it was one of their very inexpensive brushes, and it just wasn't big enough for powder, but it was not big enough for powder, but it was too big for a blush brush. So I thought I'd pick this up and see how I get on. So it looks like that. I'll take it out of the box in a moment. So I'll just give you a close-up of the writing. Like I say, this one was £4, and I'm just going to take it out. Now on the back it also gives you a little bit of information. So this is the 115 large powder brush used to set makeup. The brush prevents buffing away your makeup application and leaves you with a natural long wearing finish. And then it says on the front, evenly applies powders and mineral foundations for a natural long wearing brush. So that's what it says on the front, and then it gives you a little bit of information on the back. And then this is what it looks like. So it does look a lot more professional than perhaps a lot of their other inexpensive or less expensive brushes. I really like the fact it is so soft, and I also really like the fact that you've got the black bristles with the white or grey tip there. Really like that. And then you go down to a black handle with the information saying that it is the 115 large powder brush. I really like that because obviously you're not going to keep this. So it makes sense to pop the information on there. So really like that, and that is so soft. Now I haven't actually got any powder at the moment. I'm still looking for some powder, some finishing powder. At the moment I'm using the Obsessive contour just to set under my eyes and on the places that get a little bit more oily throughout the day. So I picked this one up because I really like the look of it, but I will be using it for blush today just to test it out, because like I say, I don't have any powder at the moment, but any of your recommendations are most welcome. So that's the first brush. The next is a set from that range. So it's the PS Pro Smoky eye brush set, and this was £3.50. This one is for lining, shading and shaping the eye area and eyebrow. Although to be honest, I wouldn't use any of these brushes for brows, but anyway. And then it gives you a little bit of information. So it says that the 250 pencil and powder smudger brush, then you have the 251, which is the eye and crease contour brush, and then you have the 252 eyeshadow blending brush as well. So this one looks like this. So you can see that information there on the front. Sorry, it is so shiny. And then on the back, this is what I was reading. So you have the numbers there and what they are used for. I hope you can see that. There's a little bit of a glare. So I'm going to take out the brushes now, and then I will give you that information again. So we have got the 250. So they suggest that this one is used for pencil and powder smudge, or it's a pencil and powder smudge brush. So that's the 250. So there you can see. So yeah, I mean that would work perfectly there, or for the inner corner, or perhaps to perhaps put a line through the crease. So there's that one. Then we have the 251, which is the eye and crease contour brush. So I really actually like this. This one looks like that, so it's quite large, quite long. Again, I really like the black going to the white or grey tip there. Love that. And it's also matte. I haven't mentioned the handle, but it's matte. It's not rubber or anything like that, but it is a matte finish, which I also really like. So I love that one. And then the last one is 252. So that one says the eyeshadow blending brush. So this is the 252. That one there. And then a closer look at the actual brush. So yeah, I think that could work really well. This is the brush, or the brush set. So this is the last brush set I picked up. This one I've seen on other videos, and it wasn't actually until I got to the till that I remembered the problems that other people had had. So this is the PS Pro Duo Blending Brush Set. Now this one looks like this. So you're getting a longer black bristled brush there, and also a white bristled brush there. So this is a 2-pack. It says €4 on the front, and I'll get into that in a moment. No, it doesn't, unlike the other two, doesn't give you any information, just says it's a duo blending brush set. Really like that. So I'll just show you the back. There's no information like on the other one. So anyway, I went to the till with all of these products, and I've picked up a couple more products that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next couple of days as well, which I'm excited about. But in fact, actually, this is the 220 and the 230. Let me just show you that. I haven't noticed that until now. So 220 and 230. The numbers are on there as well. So anyway, I took everything to the till, and I noticed £4.50 come up, and I thought, wow, I haven't purchased anything for £4.50. So I looked back at the price and obviously asked the gentleman who served me to look back, and it came back that this was £4.50. Now, I then remembered that someone else who I viewed, a couple of people actually that I viewed on their Primark hauls, had had this issue as well. Now I spotted it because, like I say, I didn't do a big haul, and I didn't actually purchase anything else for £4.50. So I asked him to check. He said it was these, and I said it says €4 on there. So obviously when you convert euros to pounds, it's always a little bit less. So I expected it to be about £3.50, something like that, in that figure. So when it came up with £4.50, I thought, actually, that's not going in the right direction, certainly not the direction that I wanted to go in anyway. So the manager was called over, and it's, even though there was only one brush set left, so obviously lots of people had purchased them, no one else had queried them, or if they did, they certainly didn't mention it to me anyway at the time of me querying it. So anyway, the manager took it down to £4, which I was a little bit happier about, but actually she was then going to call the head office and see what the issue is. So if you come across these brush sets, and do check the price at the till, because €4 does not equate to £4.50. You know, UK pound. So certainly be vigilant about that. So obviously I got 50p knocked off. I'm okay with £4, although to be honest, £2 per brush seems still a little bit pricey. So to me, these have got to work very, very well. Let me just get them out. These actually are the only ones that have got tape on, so I may have a little bit of an issue. Let me just, oh, there we go. Okay, so we have got, so this one is the 220. I'll show you that one first. So this is the 220. So this is what it looks like. Let me just make sure I've got it the right way up. So it's that, and then you have a longer black bristle there. And then this is the 230. So very, very similar, but it has the white bristle there. Okay, I'll just put them both together. So there you have those. I'll just put the other three together as well, so you can see those if you're interested in picking those up. So this is the other brush set. And obviously you've seen the other brush, which I will do a demo with these as well. Let me just put the packaging all out of the way. Okay, so I really do think that, and there was, like I say, a huge wall dedicated to brushes. There was another eye set that I was tempted to get, but I thought these brushes I'm going to use the most of, and I see brushes like these ones particularly on other videos, so it's going to help me, and I do get queries about using multiple brushes as well. So what I'm going to do is just apply my brush so you can get a little bit of a sense of how this performs, even though obviously it's not powder because I don't have the powder yet, like I mentioned at the beginning. So the brush, no, the blush, I always do this. The blush that I'm going to use is the Morphe Blushing Babes Blush Trio in Pop of Rose, and I'm going in with the shade Legendary, which is my favourite out of this trio. So I'm just going to get the brush. So it's huge, but like I say, I really wanted to use all of them. So I'm just, as you can see, I have actually applied all of my makeup apart from the blush and then eye makeup. So I'm just going to pop this on. Wow, I love that. Now it definitely does exactly what it says on the box, because it did say that what it does is it distributes the product, and it really has, and it's blended it so well. I might have to get another one of these. Perhaps there's a smaller one that I can use for blush. Oh, really love it actually. And it's really soft. There's no harshness to it at all, but it really distributes that blush beautifully. As you know, I really like everything really blended, so for me this is just beautiful. And sometimes I do find with a smaller blush brush, you do tend to find that the product is actually just, it doesn't tend to blend that well. So this is beautiful. Love that. So that is definitely a winner. Love that. So I'll just repeat that. So that's the 115 large powder brush. Yeah, brush. I'm confusing myself now. So love, love, love that. Beautiful. Okay, now on to the eyes, and what I'm going to use today, I wanted to go for a palette. I was thinking of using a Primark palette, but I wanted to use a palette that I know really works well for me. So I'm going for the Revolution Reloaded Basic Mattes palette. I love this. It is such a beautiful palette, and I just love all of the shades in here. So what I'm going to do is get a fluffy brush. I think I'm going to start off with this really fluffy, the 251. So I'll start off with this one to start with, and what shade shall I use? I think I'm going to go in with this one here. See how I get on with that. That is lovely. Also, I really like the size of the handle. Sometimes you get brushes that are quite, the handles are quite small, so it doesn't particularly work, you know, you can't grip it very well, but this is really, really good. I love the size of the brush. I love that actually. I love that so much. I might have to get another set of those. I love how it's applying the makeup, and it's really applying the base in a nice, even way. Really like that. I love that. So now on this side I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Again, very evenly distributed. Love it. And they look so professional as well. You would not think that that came from Primark. It certainly looks a lot more expensive. So I suppose you can, when you divide the £3.50, you know, you're paying less than £1.20 per brush. So very, very good. Okay, so that's the base done. Just going to deepen it up a little bit on this side. So I've laid it up. It's worked really well to layer the product up, distributed the eyeshadow really, really well. There's no catching, no grabbing, none of that. And I really, really love that. Now what I want to do is add a little bit of depth. And I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with one of these longer, thinner brushes to start with. And then I may go in a third time with this one, because what I want to do is try and use as many of the brushes as I can. So we're going a little bit deeper now, and I think I'm going to use this one here. See how that works. So this is the 220. So I'm just going to get that on the tip there a little bit and see how that works. So I'm taking it through the crease and still buffing it out. It's not in any particular, you know, fine area, but it's just going through the crease. It's blending the product out really well, certainly blending it into that other shade. Love that. This one, I must say, it feels a little bit harsher than this one. Obviously this one is a lot fluffier. This one is a little bit thinner, but you can certainly feel this one more on the eye. So again on the other side, just taking that through the crease and then blending that through. It works really well to get right into that area right there. So it works very, very well to do that. So far, so good. Just going to take it up a little bit just to give a little bit of definition over here. Love that. Perfect. Okay, so we've used that one. Now what I want to do is swap over to the 252 eyeshadow blending brush. So I think with this one, what I'm going to do is see if I can deepen up the crease a little bit more. Obviously, you know, I may usually have stopped with this one, but obviously I want to use as many brushes as I can, and I'm going in with this one here now. See how this one performs. It's a really, really good shape to get right into that crease. I'm also going to take this shade and just pop it here. Actually, because it's quite short and quite dense, it really acts as a perfect brush to you know, place shadow. Really like that. I wouldn't say so much that this is a blending brush, because to me a blending brush has to be a little bit fluffier, but it works really well for placing that shadow in that crease area for definition. So I'm just popping it now through the other. I really like the size of it as well, because what I tend to find is, and I have issues especially about getting right into this area here. So again, it's nicely shaped. get right in there like that. What I'm also going to do is go back to my first brush, the really fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. Like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that last brush off actually with my colour switcher that I picked up from Primark as well. If you haven't seen that before, this was actually just £2.50. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into this colour here, so this cream shade there. No, actually I'm going into the pink one, sorry. That one is more yellow toned, this one's more pink. So I'm just going into that with my brush. So this one, which is the 252 again, and I'm just going to pack the matte shade, matte pink shade, on, they're all mattes obviously, I don't know why I'm saying matte, and then I'm just packing it on to the lid. So there's going to be no shimmer to this, and it works really, really well to pack that on like that. Okay, I'm then going to, let me just have a think what I'm going to do. I'm going back actually with the black brush and or the black tipped brush, which is the 22. Is it the 220? Yeah, 220. I'm going into the second shade. I'm just putting a little bit more here because I feel now I've blended away a lot of the, that's better. I have to have quite a bit of definition here. That's better. Just going back to the first brush. That's better. I've got more definition now. Now what I want to do is pop some colour underneath my eyes. So what I'm going to do now is use this brush, which is the 250, and it's a pencil brush. So I'm going to use this one to go under here. So I'm going in with that second shade, I think. Very, very good at placing product, that one. Then I'm actually going in with this brush, the, which one is it? The 252 again. And I'm just going to use that to blend that one out. Like that. I'm just going to clean off the, I'm not used to keep looking at numbers, the 250. That one that I placed the under eye product on. So that tapered one. I'm going into that pink neutral shade, and I'm just going to go around the inner corner. Like that. Then I'm just going to add the eyeliner, which of course is the Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Eyeliner. So I'm just going to apply that. I have to think now because it's all rubbed off. Like that. And of course I'm going to apply the Primark PS Amplif-eyed Mascara. Let me just show you that if you've not seen that before. So it's the pink chrome finish. So just apply a little bit of that. So that is all of the eye makeup applied. If you'd like to know what I'm wearing on my lips, I'm wearing the Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in Visionary. Another tongue twister, I'm not doing very well today. And that was me testing out some of the new brushes from Primark. I must admit, the only one that I didn't use was the 230, because the 220, which is those two, very, very similar. Obviously this one is white and that one is black, and this one is more tapered. This one is a little bit fluffier. So that's the only one that I didn't use, but apart from that, I've used all of these brushes. I must admit, my favourite, I think, is this fluffy one, which is the 251. So this came within that trio of brushes. I really, really like it, and for £3.50 to get these three, I'm really impressed with that set actually. Very, very handy. So that one you could use on the crease, that one you could blow it out or you know, lay down the first shade, and then this one then to add all of the detail work under the eye, around the inner corner and so forth. So I think I'm going to pick up another pack of these for £3.50. I think it's an absolute must have. Really like these as well for doing a similar job to this one. You know, blowing out the product, a little bit of going into the crease as well, worked really well. I also really like this one for blush. It really blew out that brush very, very well. So I love that. It gave me the finish that I want, the finish that I really like, and perhaps those smaller brushes just give me more of a, it doesn't blow it out quite as much. So yeah, really, really love it. Absolutely beautiful finish as well. That it, you know, feels nice on the skin. So those are the few brushes that I picked up from Primark. Absolutely love it, and you will see from that Instagram short video how many brushes they did have in that Cambridge store. It was amazing. In fact, in Cambridge, the only thing that they didn't have a lot of was eyeshadow palettes. Apart from that, they had an abundance of everything else. They even had like professional brush holders in this kind of finish, but they were more rubber. Really, really fantastic. And I think if you're in the market for brush accessories particularly, do head on to the Cambridge store if you're in the area. So that is my thoughts on those brushes. I would love to hear your thoughts, so obviously do contact me down below. Of course, if you're brand new to my channel, please do subscribe to watch further videos. Thank You Thursday is going to be swapped over to either Friday or Saturday this time, so do keep your comments coming in if you would like to have a shout out. But yeah, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.